So you're in the market for a 38 millimeter, affordable, very cool looking chronograph. This is it. Got you covered right here. It's the Nezumi Studios Tonnerre. They have a couple different colorways. Unfortunately, this guy here, probably the coolest one, was a limited edition of only 150, and they're sold out. Big thanks to my buddy Sean for picking this up and sending it to me, and then a big thanks to Nezumi for sending this one over so I can share with you the other still available models, also on bracelet or on leather, and we'll cover the price points on those. First up, let's take a look at something I think is super cool. And every time you order one of their watches, it's going to come in a specific box for that model. Do you see what I'm saying here? Like, most brands don't do that, and I think that's very cool, as well as the literature that comes with it is also, tied to that colorway. So in the pamphlet, it's basic stuff, right? French for thunder. That's what Tonnerre is. And it tells you here the movement inside is the Seiko VK63 using the battery SR936SW. So all of the information you need is inside here, as well as some information about the telemeter scale, which we'll briefly cover that as well. Okay, let's get into the watch. So 38 millimeter is the size of the case. It is a fully brushed case, very utilitarian looking and very clean. Sometimes polished is good, sometimes polished and brushed is good, sometimes just a really nice brushed watch is exactly what we need, and that's what we have here. The lug to lug is pretty short as well at 45.6 millimeter. You do have a nice set of lyre lugs there with some sharp turn downs. The thickness is only 11.7 millimeter thick. It does have a double dome sapphire crystal up top. It is super thin because, well, it's the quartz movement. That's part of it, right? So as we're talking about that, we're going to go ahead and start that chronograph. You have a 20 millimeter lug width there, so if you want to use one of your straps that you already have, or whatever option you might want to do, a different fabric strap or something like that, this would work perfect on all of those options. You can pick it up on this excellent bracelet that has a stamped clasp, milled center part for micro adjust, very standard kind of for this price point and for the micro brand industry. You have quick release spring bars, so I think it's worth getting the bracelet. Maybe get the leather and the bracelet, but if you're not a bracelet guy, just forego the bracelet. I'm not going to be that type of channel or watch guy that tells you that, always get it on bracelet, always get it on bracelet, and then just get the strap. Listen, if you don't wear the bracelet, don't get the bracelet. It doesn't matter. Just get it on the strap if you want because the leather straps are made in Germany, just like the watches are, and they're high quality. You have a 7 millimeter signed crown. It is a push-pull crown. This watch has 50 meter water resist. And like we said, inside is the Seiko VK63, which is the mecha quartz. So like when you start and stop the chronograph, there is an element of mechanical to it. So it instantly snaps back. That's the mechanical nature of it. The lume on this should be pretty potent. It is an X1 lume, which is a very potent lume. We'll just see how good their application is. But love the size and profile of the dial to the subdial configuration, as well as the colors used within those subdials. That's where it gets super playful. Not so much on this one. This one's a little bit safer, but this one, the limited edition one, was the really fun nature of things, where you have the powder blue, the dark blue, the kind of yellowish tone, and then that beautiful pink on there, as well as the pink telemeter scale. The telemeter scale on these is something that a French inventor came up with to measure the distance of lightning. So you'd see the lightning, you'd hit the chronograph, or timer, and then you would stop it when you heard the thunder. That was it, and then it gave you the distance. That's what the scale was for. Clearly, that scale could also be used in military applications, which is probably how it was used shortly after it was discovered and put into use. So very cool on the case back on this one. Right on there, deeply engraved, limited to 150. It's not individually numbered, but You know there's only 150 of these. They are sold out. So if you're one of the lucky few to get one, congratulations. Otherwise, you're going to be dependent on the secondary market. The secondary market on the limited edition Nezumis does pretty dang good. Something to keep in mind in the future when you see a limited edition Nezumi pop up and you're on the fence, you know, get off the fence and just get the darn watch, because even if you don't like it for some reason, somebody's waiting in the wings there in the secondary market to pick that up. You're probably not going to lose any money. So very cool case backs. A little bit on the rough side, but not like sharp. But they're definitely... How do I say they're sharp without saying they're sharp? Is there a way to say that? I'm not sure what it is. There's fine edges, but they're not sharp. It's not going to cut you. Okay. There it is on my 7 1/4 inch wrist. A little bit smaller than I prefer, if I'm completely honest. The 38 millimeter with a really short lug to lug, but on bracelet, I can definitely pull it off. Let's try the other one on with the strap to see how that looks as well, just so you have a good reference. And again, big thanks to Nezumi for sending over the blue one, and Sean for picking up this. And that one looks good too. I don't have a problem with that. I love the colorway on this one. And they're going to do more. I've talked to Nezumi behind the scenes. They have some more really cool limited editions coming up. Maybe not in this particular model, but some of their other models. So stay tuned to them. Get on their mailing list or whatever it is, and stay in tune with the brand, because they have some really fun designs coming up. I know that for a fact. So price point on strap, these guys here are $372 on strap for this. On bracelet, it's $447. Still very affordable. So keep that in mind. Oh man, that pink looks cool under the UV light. Let's turn off the studio lights and see how good this loom is. Okay, not a ton of real estate taken up with the loom, which is fine with me. These are, after all, kind of like a sport chronograph type model. It's still plenty bright. I like that they stuck to the colors and the subdials and everything like that. And they still have loom, but that wasn't a heavy focus, and I'm totally fine with that. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next vid.